Caitlin Clark
Mm-hmm.
and
I'm a fan.
Angel Reese, right?
Yeah.
They're going back and
I'm a
forth.
fan of both.
And Jamil Hill says by the time Angel Reese is done, she's going to be the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
She said about Angel Reese?
She said Angel Reese, by the time she retires, can you pull up this quote? She said, by the time she retires, she will be the MJ.
Stephen A. Smith just slammed the brakes on Angel Reese's rising ego so hard it left a trail behind. And no, this wasn't some glossy Netflix drama with a scripted fall. Angel pulled a stunt that made the entire internet collectively pause and go, wait, what? If you thought the on-court drama ended with buzzer beaters, think again. Stephen A. didn't just drop a mic, he turned it into fireworks. So what exactly did Angel do this time? Get ready.
It's not about black and white. It's about that white player and that black player. Why? Because of the history that they had before they came to the WNBA. You see, it was all instigated. If Angel Reese was never in Caitlin Clark's face, taunting her the way that she did when mimicking what Caitlin Clark was doing to numerous opponents en route to the Final Four. And then Angel Reese and LSU bust their living, you know what, at that particular moment in time. And Angel Reese was in her face chirping at her the way that she did, it would have never gotten to this point.
4 points, that's all. Angel Reese tallied a grand total of 4 points, like she was cutting calories on her stat sheet, even while sitting atop a pile of rebounds. Caitlin Clark? Benched, wrapped in ice like a Gatorade ad come to life. Yet Angel still couldn't capitalize. The spotlight was hers. The ball, the moment, the opportunity. And she fumbled it with a performance that yelled, meh. If you're already looking forward to Reese's next misstep, comment, baby giraffe on fire below.
First of all, it's not a rivalry. Not when you lose about 35 points.
That's true.
It's not rivalry. Indiana Fever's on a different level than Chicago Sky. Let's get that out the way. Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is on a different level. We just have to own it.
This wasn't a watch me shine moment. It was more like, oops, which basket is mine again? While the national focus was on Caitlin Clark influencing the game from the bench, Angel's presence was so minimal it could have come with a sorry note. 4 points? That's not a contribution. That's a red flag, like someone just realizing their season highlight might be their final interview.
Most fans were excited to see Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever take on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. The game was a blowout as the Fever beat down Chicago 93-58, with Clark's triple-double leading the way. But the biggest headline coming out of the game on Saturday is the investigation the WNBA is conducting into allegations of hateful fan comments directed at Angel Reese. It happened after this play when Clark slapped at the ball after Reese grabbed an offensive rebound.
Sure. She pulled in 12 rebounds. And yes, she treats each like they're a golden ticket to Chick-fil-A. But rebounds without buckets? That's like collecting medals for just showing up. She's acting like putting up double digits is a burden. Like the WNBA handed her a chance to rise and she shrugged it off. Scoring? To her, it's become an optional luxury. Nice to have, but not worth the hustle.
Angel Reese, part 38, let's get it!
Life throws her lemons, she makes bricks.
Bang!
PSA to anyone watching, she is right-handed. Right-handed, by the way. She missed the rim by 3 feet, man.
Bang!
I gotta say, this is my favorite summer sitcom. Pecan? Butter pecan?
Bang!
Here's a stat. She's been blocked 20 times, and she's only made 21 hoops.
What? Bang!
You know things are going south when even the broadcast team starts spinning. It like damage control. Well, she contributed in other ways. Other ways how? With a guest role in a docu-series? She spent the night running in sneakers that forgot what a layup feels like. The cameras even caught her in a daze, like she was mentally pitching a show called The Stat Collectors of the WNBA, where flash matters more than buckets.
Because I was calling it from day one. You got people that are resentful towards her. But it's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shine.
Angel used to walk in like a storm. Lashes sharp, nails done, hair flawless, confidence bulletproof. But that 4-point outing? That was a loud announcement. I peaked in college. This isn't the takeover we were promised by Bayou Barbie. It's turning into a WNBA version of Desperate Housewives, with Angel sipping a lonely glass of Pinot wondering where everyone went. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is battling double teams, throwing assists, hitting deep threes like she's hooping at home. She doesn't just appear, she dominates. Angel had the perfect setup. No Caitlin, all eyes on her, and still couldn't deliver.
Elaborate a little bit more on that in just a second, but before I do that, I want to ask you your thoughts about apparently some racial animus that was thrown in the direction of Angel Reese. The Chicago Sky have gotten involved, talking about they're going to protect their players at all costs. The WNBA has issued a statement saying it abhors and discourages hate of any kind, etc., etc. Your thoughts about it? Here's the WNBA statement. The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. Your thoughts about that element of all of this, where you believe it emanates from, and do you think it will ever subside?
12 rebounds might shout hustle on paper, but hustle doesn't always mean impact. You can out-muscle 3 defenders and still brick your shot at the rim. Angel was collecting boards like she was hoarding Pokemon cards. Catch every single one. Just don't bother using them when it counts.
Oh man, the latter part of that, Stephen A., is quite the thing to think on. I think when you go back to the impetus of the rivalry that we have between Caitlin and Angel Reese, I remember funny clips on the internet.
Another diabolical stat. She's 19 of 59 from less than 5 feet away. How about that, man? Bang! She should work in housekeeping for hotels because she could turn it over quickly. Lost by 27, scored only 4 points against the Indiana Fever. To mention no Caitlin Clark, no problem, give and go. Like a given no shot of working. Bang!
You prefer car or plane?
Car or plane for what? For how you want to travel! That's too many steps and you can't do that. Bang!
Now the whispers are turning into chatter. Yes, the same chatter that says Angel once likened herself to Michael Jordan. But this ain't your high school pep rally. If you're not scoring, you're not contributing. At this point, her most consistent role might be strutting courtside or keeping the bench warm. Not quite MVP stuff. If her minutes keep slipping, she might want to consult her glam team more than her stat sheet.
I have yet to see a single example of Angel Reese being a leader outside of rebounding her own missed layups. What does Angel Reese do? What is her contribution? You tell me, because I'm not seeing it. I know I'm harsh on Angel Reese, but she considers herself a star. If you're going to call yourself a star, I expect you to perform like a star, especially in big moments. Caitlin Clark was injured. Angel Reese was the only star on the court last night. And for 27 minutes, she completely disappeared.
This was supposed to be the season where Angel silenced the critics. The breakout campaign where she proved she's more than clips and confidence. But instead, it's looking like the WNBA's version of a viral TikTok. All build-up, quick burnout, and now she's become the joke instead of the highlight. Remember the milk crate challenge? That's Angel's season. It started bold, stumbled early, and now the crash is playing out in slow motion.
Taunting opponents a couple of years back before LSU smacked Iowa around in the national championship game or so, it was Angel Reese that was clapping back at Caitlin Clark once it was Caitlin Clark's turn to have her comeuppance. And that's what made Angel Reese famous. Now, Angel Reese experienced vitriol thereafter. It was tough for her to deal with, as she articulated.
Let's not twist the facts. People genuinely wanted Angel to thrive. She came in hot, all headlines, all flair, the Bayou Barbie energy built for prime time. She had the storylines, the star power, the social media fireworks, but charisma can't fill a stat sheet. And now, her offensive game is putting up JV numbers. 4 points, Again? Unless this is some artistic statement on inefficiency, it's falling flat. Even her loyal fans are scrambling, tweeting desperate threads like, "You just don't get her game." Sorry, Karen. She's disappearing faster than a flip phone in 2025.
Well, there's a lot of reaction coming in from last night's drubbing, destruction, annihilation, cremation, whatever you want to call it, roasting, sauteed, whatever your form of cooking may be. But the Indiana Fever absolutely dismantled the Chicago Sky.
What makes this even more jarring? Caitlin Clark, yes, the same one sitting on the bench in warm-ups, still owns the spotlight. She's chilling with an iced ankle and still feels like the star of the show, while Angel's out there looking lost. How do you get overshadowed by someone who didn't even suit up? Then come the whispers. Is she getting benched? Will they sideline her for development? That's pro speak for "we've got a problem." The Sky didn't draft a social media icon. They wanted a franchise face. Instead, they've got a rebound collector who treats scoring like it's optional.
This is only women that get this. I'm tired of it. Like, here's my thing, you guys. What else? Who are these girls? Who are these girls that are hating on Caitlin Clark? Are you just combing through Twitter? What else are these women supposed to do? Fawn over her? Fangirl over her? Bend the fucking knee? Kiss the ring? Like, what do you want from them? We cannot, every time the girl plays a game, she got 40 games, guys. She got 35 more games. We are not, every single game, gonna revisit and retread this same tired-ass rhetoric that all these girls are hating on her, and they need to be thankful they have been.
Let's be real. Teams want killers, not influencers with perfect nails and cryptic Instagram quotes. If you're flexing online, back it up with something better than 4 of 12 shooting and good vibes. Even Stephen A. probably cleaned his glasses, glanced at the box score, and shouted to the ceiling. 4 points? Time to wake up. This isn't LSU. The WNBA doesn't reward hustle without production. There are no all-star votes for cardio queens. And right now, Angel's numbers read like a misprint.
What an outfit Angel Reese was rocking. She put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure her ensemble was on point. Are my boots matching my jacket? Are my gloves matching my hat? Angel Reese put in tons of time for this outfit, which begs the question, does Angel Reese put in more time in her outfits for the pre-game catwalk, or does she put in more time to actually get better at the game?
With every minute Angel spends on the court without results, the pressure keeps climbing. This isn't college ball anymore. This is the pros. Every second you play has to be earned, not handed out for charisma. Think a WNBA coach. He's giving you 30 minutes just because you've got a big personality. Please. The moment your impact drops, so do your minutes. If you're not scoring, assisting, or defending with purpose, you're just filling space. Angel's not just hooping. She's battling for relevance in a league that drops hype faster than a dying hashtag.
Goose comes along, and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting. 4th in the league, her rookie year.
Wow.
Outstanding. She's like Steph Curry. She can pull up from anywhere. You understand? She has that kind of capability. Didn't win a national championship. Lost to LSU one year. Lost to South Carolina another year. But she's outstanding and clearly worthy of being the #1 overall pick. And what I was saying to everybody is ride the wave. Rising tide lifts all boats.
The game has officially changed. It's not about promise, it's about proof. Either Angel rebounds fast, or she'll be the subject of a future ESPN doc titled Angel Reese, the Buzz That Burned Out. Slow-mo turnovers, sad piano, and a voiceover whispering, "Where did it all go wrong?" Now enter Tyler Marsh, the coach trying to unlock her like a 2K character in hard mode. He's run every lineup. Power forward, undersized center, weird hybrid wing rolls. At this point, he might as well use ancient symbols just to get her to score. But it doesn't matter where she stands if the bucket never comes. Rearranging her role is like redecorating a haunted house. The ghosts aren't leaving. Chicago, we've got a problem.
She balled at Iowa in college. She's balled since she's been in the NBA. She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game and did her thing. Ended up as an all-star, ended up being 4th in the league in MVP voting, was the clear winner for Rookie of the Year. No competition whatsoever in that regard when it was really all said and done. We know what she brings to the table.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is sidelined, not playing, and still dominating every conversation. She could be shooting jumpers from a rolling chair and still outshine Angel in stats and storylines. Even on her worst day, Clark affects the game. Assists, deep threes, drawing attention like gravity. And when she returns, she's not easing in, she's coming for the crown. Angel, on the other hand, looks like she's in a dodgeball game, ducking production. The crowd's not buzzing when she touches the ball. They're bracing. It's like watching someone forget their password with 10,000 people watching. And the coaching staff rotating her like musical chairs. That's not strategy. That's desperation searching for a spark that never shows.
Actually feel bad for Angel Reese at this point, and it has nothing to do with like how she's handled herself or anything. It's just simply Caitlin Clark is so much better than Angel Reese at basketball that it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese is struggling with the fact that Caitlin Clark is better at her best thing than she is.
Well, she's better at everything. And she had a triple-double. She's tied for the third most triple-doubles in WNBA history, and she's played 50 games.
Let's just call it straight. Angel's not delivering, not growing, and not adapting. Her entire presence boils down to rebounds, and it's getting tougher to justify those minutes when younger, hungrier talent is waiting for a shot. Caitlin's return isn't just about being decent, it's about reclaiming the league. And when she starts dropping 20 again, Angel's ghost games are going to look even worse. The WNBA needs game changers, not brand builders. If Angel doesn't rediscover her offensive game fast, she won't just fall behind, she'll vanish. All the preseason buzz, NIL headlines, and media attention mean nothing if the stats don't deliver. And right now, they're exposing the truth.
Unfortunately, it comes with the crown.
I got to push back on you a little bit.
Okay.
I think you're being a little bit too PC. Let's call it what it is. I am not trying to say that she should be criticized or she is wrong. What I'm saying is by pulling it down, clearly you felt there was something wrong with it. Now, yes, you are 22. Yes, you are young. And there's a lot of things that we didn't want people to know about when we were her age. Fair enough, especially me, okay? Because I'm 30 plus years removed from that age. I got that part. There was no social media then or whatever. But here's my point to you. She knows there's social media. She is not dumb.
Even inside the locker room, the tension must be thick. Imagine grinding for a 10-minute shift while Angel jogs for 30, offering little more than effort. That's the kind of imbalance that kills locker room chemistry. And for the front office? This has to feel like a branding disaster. They built a hype machine around her, and now the engine's stalling. Instead of returning investment, she's giving G League effort in a primetime role. Fans were promised an epic rivalry. Caitlin versus Angel, Iowa versus LSU, college royalty reuniting on a pro stage. What did they get? Caitlin hitting tough shots with one good leg and Angel running like a Peloton coach on low resistance. You promised fireworks, you delivered drizzle.
Jackie Robinson of the WNBA will be Caitlin Clark. If she stays healthy, there's a group of them that would hope for her to be out. But
why do you say she's going to be the Jackie Robinson of the WNBA?
Well,
it's not like she's the first white girl.
She's not the first white girl, but she's the first white superstar at the levels where she's scoring these, the threes she's shooting. She's like a Steph Curry. She's the first actual superstar that people care. When's the last time we watched like college basketball? If I told you, tell me the greatest college basketball female basketball players last 30 years, and you watch I know her, she's our meat, but you look at some of these names, you see some of these people on how they...
If this keeps going, it stops being funny and starts getting sad. A textbook case of what could have been. Clark's thriving while Reese fades. It's a lesson. Branding may spark interest, but production is what builds legacy. If Chicago wants wins, they've got to stop praying for miracles. Because right now, Angel Reese isn't the solution. She's the warning sign. Until her game starts producing real results, she's not helping. She's hurting. She's not just losing minutes. She's risking her entire spot in the league. The WNBA doesn't wait for anyone to figure it out. You either show up or you disappear. Simple as that.